What up guys, bass drop keys, your friendly neighborhood Negro and a rookie mycologist. I want to welcome you all to my brand new mushroom YouTube channel. Now if you're watching this, that means that you probably know me from being in the 420 community. But now what I want to do is I want to teach myself how to grow mushrooms. So everything that you're going to watch on this channel is me doing it for the very first time. All this channel is one person's journey to try to teach themselves how to grow mushrooms. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to make bulk substrate. What your substrate is used for is you need something to mix with your colonized grain in order for your mushrooms to grow. The substrate is basically a material that the mycelium uses for energy and nutrition. It's basically just the dirt that the mushrooms use to grow. Now what you see me doing here is I'm inoculating the rice. The first thing you have to do whenever we're growing our mushrooms is you have to inoculate your grain, whatever grain you're going to use. People use all kind of stuff, from popcorn to corn to rye. There's all kind of stuff that you can use. Right here you see me doing the Uncle Ben's tech, and I'm inoculating some whole grain brown rice from Uncle Ben. Once I inoculated the rice, I put it in my incubation box, which is a grow tent that I have with shelves in it. After 15 days, this is how they look. To speed up the colonization of the rice, I broke up the mycelium and mixed it together with the rest of the rice. After I broke it up, it looked like this. What you're looking at now is 9 days after we broke up the mycelium and mixed it together. You can now see that most of the packs are fully colonized and ready to go to the next step. Which brings us to today's video. The next step, once your grain is fully colonized, whatever grain you're using, is you're going to mix it with your bulk substrate. To do this, some people use big mono tubs. Some people like to use what they call shoe boxes, which is just shoebox size plastic containers that you can mix the substrate in and let the mushrooms grow in there. So you see here, these are some 12 quart shoe boxes, if you want to call them. Some people use 6 quart, which would be half of this size. Some people use 12 quart. Right here you see some max yield bins that I have right here that I'm going to be using. Once you have your grain and your substrate in whatever tub that you're going to be growing in, you're going to cover it up with a lid and let that colonize. Once that colonizes, you're going to put the container into fruiting conditions, and 7 to 10 days after you put your tub into fruiting conditions, you're going to have some beautiful mushrooms. Whatever kind of mushrooms you decide to grow is up to you, but that's the process. By the way, this is my fruiting chamber. I'll be doing a separate video about that in the future. Now that you know the entire process, let's get back to what this video is about. Now I'm going to show you how I made the substrate that we're going to be mixing with this grain in the next video. And real quickly here, I do want to shout out the place that I got this information about the substrate, Philly Golden Teacher. If you guys haven't subscribed to his channel and you're interested in mushrooms, definitely subscribe to his channel. He has a lot of great information on his channel that anybody who wants to grow mushrooms can really use. The recipe that I'm using for the substrate I got from his channel, and he taught me how to do this. So shout out to Philly Golden Teacher. Now the base of our substrate is going to be cocoa coir, which is great for me because you guys know that I'm a 420 creator, so I'm already very familiar with using cocoa. But what you want to do is you want to take one of these 650 gram cocoa blocks and put it in a 5-gallon bucket. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take 8 cups of vermiculite and you're going to add it to the bucket. By the way, all the products that I'm using, the cocoa, the vermiculite, and we're about to use gypsum. If you want to use the same thing that I'm using, I'll put the links for all the products in the description. Now that we have the 8 cups of vermiculite in the bucket, the last thing that we're going to put in is 1 cup of gypsum. Now for all of my new people like me, the recipe that we're making right now is called CVG. So if you hear anybody talking about CVG, that's what it is. Cocoa coir, vermiculite, and gypsum. Now I do think it's worth mentioning that the vermiculite and the gypsum is optional. You can definitely do this with just a cocoa coir by itself. So if you have some cocoa, you don't have to add the vermiculite and the gypsum. But if you can get some, it's pretty easy to order. It really does help the mushrooms, so it's up to you. Now that we have everything inside of our 5-gallon bucket, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take 18 cups of water. You can see I have it here in a pot. I'm gonna cut it on high, set the timer for 10 minutes, and by that time it should be boiling. If you're not using the vermiculite and the gypsum, you're gonna use 14 cups of water. If you're doing CVG, use 18 cups of water. And once again, this is Philly Golden Teacher's recipe, not mine. But once the 10 minutes is over, the water is boiling, all you're gonna do is you're gonna pour it inside of your 5-gallon bucket. Once you have your water inside there, you're just gonna put a lid on it and you're gonna let it chill out for 5 to 6 hours. Once you do that, you're gonna mix everything together, and that's your substrate right there. That hot water pasteurized the cocoa, and now it's ready to be used for substrate to grow our mushrooms. Also, I thought it was great that by using Philly Golden Teacher's recipe, the substrate ended up having the perfect fill capacity. If you don't know what that is, fill capacity is basically the amount of moisture your substrate can hold. So whenever you squeeze the substrate, a couple drops should pour out. If there's an abundance of water pouring out whenever you squeeze your substrate, that means that your substrate has too much moisture. If you want to support me and the channel, come over to therookiemycologist.com. I have some great t-shirts, slides, stickers, and a bunch of other merch that you'll love. Also, if you guys are missing the mycology videos that I made, come over to my website, bassdropkeys.tv, where I have my entire mycology catalog at your disposal. So unfortunately, you can't see those videos on YouTube anymore, thanks to YouTube, but I am still making mycology videos. So if you want to see all of my old videos, there's over 100 mycology videos on my website, and all of my new videos. I got brand new videos dropping tomorrow. Come over to my website and subscribe, bassdropkeys.tv. I appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for the love. I hope to see all of you on the site, and I'll see you the next time. I'm out. Much love.